I know the things I make people do. Okay, so we have a very special guest. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm April Beard. I interned here in the fall of 2010 up through Christmas, and so that was 9 years ago. So yeah, I'm a past intern.
That's awesome. It's good to see you. She's here for a little visit. A lot of our interns visit on a regular basis, which is amazing because they're such a huge part of care and what we do. So I just wanted to take a minute while she's here to ask her a few questions. So
Yeah.
why don't you just talk a little bit about why you started interning at CARE and what it was like?
Yeah, so I always knew I wanted to work with animals. The vet route was not really my thing. This was one of my first internships I did. I wanted to really work with more mammal species at the time. So I thought that CARE would be a great place to get hands-on animal care experience, and it definitely was. It very much helped kind of jumpstart my career, so it was really amazing.
And how hard was it?
The work?
Yeah.
Oh, it's hard. It's definitely not for the faint of heart. You don't just come and love on cats, even though that's a great part of it. You come to work, but it's very, very satisfying work at the end of the day. So yes, it's hard work.
What do you think the biggest takeaway was? What did you learn?
I learned, you see these animals and you know they're amazing, but when you come here, you really get a healthy respect for their personalities. But really, they're wild at heart, and you have to remember that. So when you're an animal caretaker, it's a really good balance of both love and healthy respect, and that's something I definitely learned when I was working here.
So speaking of taking care of animals, after you left CARE, you went on and did quite a few things in animal care. Tell us a little bit about that.
After CARE, I went on and did an apprenticeship at Wildlife Rescue and Rehabilitation in Candelia, Texas. They do a lot of wildlife rehabilitation, but also have a lot of exotic animals, like big cats, wolves, and primates. I got promoted to an animal caretaker, and then from there I got promoted to one of the trainers. So I was in charge of training the interns while I was there. But then I decided to get married, so I moved back to my hometown and was in charge of the wildlife rehab program at the Abilene Zoo, and was also a member of the veterinary team and ran the quarantine basically hospital there. So I had a lot of great experience with animals.
Wow, so you've kind of done
Yeah,
done
a
it
little
all.
bit of everything, yeah. And then after that, I did get out of the more direct animal caretaking kind of career and went back to just being a basic field biologist for a couple years. So yeah, lots of dabbled in just about everything. So.
And what are you doing now?
Now I have a beautiful son, so I went back and got my second degree and am teaching 6th grade math. So big change, but I love it. So
That is a big change.
Yeah.
But you're always going to have memories of CARE and
Yes.
all of your work
Yes.
in animal husbandry. And
yes.
so one of the questions that one of our supporters has asked several of us, and I wanted to ask you, is to talk about a really special moment that you had with one of the animals here at CARE.
I think the most special was probably one of the female tigers at the time got sick due to a euthanized horse that we didn't know had medication. They didn't disclose that to us when they dropped him off. So she did get ill from eating it, and we basically nursed her back to health while we were doing our internship. We took turns doing night shifts, sitting with her, keeping an eye on her, and just watching her full recovery was really a special thing to witness.
Yeah, and she was very, very, very sick. She was in really bad shape, so it was a very scary thing for us.
Yes.
And what was her name?
Princess.
Princess.
Yes.
So for you guys that may not have known of the first princess,
Yes, Princess 1.
This was Princess 1, a very special girl.
Yes.
And so you mentioned you had maybe another memory that you wanted to talk about.
And on a totally different note, we right before we started, Heidi had gotten in a female lioness. She was a little cranky. She didn't have the best life, so when we were here, it was amazing to build that bond with her and her finally show love after a couple months. I mean, it took a while, but her name was Tabula, and she was the best girl ever. So that was really special. So.
Yeah, she was. A lot of people remember her. She was a very special
She was great.
girl.
She was funny.
Yeah.
Very cranky, but funny. So.
She was amazing,
Yeah.
and so are you. Thank you
thank
so
you.
much for your time, and
Yeah.
thanks for sitting down. I know being asked a bunch of questions on camera is everybody's favorite thing.
Oh,
but
yeah,
we
totally.
appreciate it, and thanks for coming back and visiting.
Yeah.
And we'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.